In today's Fun and Fast episode, I am sharing a fun new technique using Caulk as a art medium. Now let's get crafting. I was online the other day. I love the site Antique Farmhouse, and I came across this beautiful artwork, but I did not want to pay $58 for it. So I headed to the Dollar Tree and picked up some supplies. We're going to make it today for just $7. Now we're going to be using Caulk that you can find in the home improvement section, 3 tubes of it, as well as one of these wood art canvases that are $3 in their Dollar Plus section. We're going to start by creating the vessel or the vase first. Now if you don't feel comfortable freehanding this, you can always sketch it on with a pencil, and I'm going to show you how I do that with all the florals and the stems in just a second. But first I want you to see that yes, we are going to be getting our hands messy with this one, but I promise you it's so therapeutic and so much fun. Oh my word, this project is so much fun if you love anything along the lines of painting and getting your hands dirty. So we're going to go ahead and take a pencil and sketch out a rough draft of what we want our florals to look like, which directions they're heading. Make sure to fill up the space of the art canvas, but don't forget to leave some open areas like our inspiration. It wasn't too heavy in every single spot, so we want to try to replicate that. Now you can see that the tips of these caulking tubes are different sizes. One is a little bit thinner and one is a little bit thicker. This is because we want to treat them almost like frosting tips when you're frosting a cake. It's going to give you the different shapes that you need, thicknesses to be able to create those smaller areas versus thicker areas. Now you can see here I'm coming in with that thinner tip and I'm creating all of the branches, and I have a glass of water next to me. Caulk can be very sticky, and after a while your hands will be totally messy. So keep some water on you and some wipies, and then just keep playing with it. You can see I'm patting it down to make it look more branch-like. Now I'm going to move on to the florals. The florals are whatever pattern you want to do, and you can use any kind of tools on this that you have, some scrapers, maybe toothpicks, but generally I'm just going to use my hand, my fingers. So you can see that I'm coming in first with the initial shape, and then I'm going to scrape out anything from the middle that is too thick because we want to be able to see the texture of those petals. Then I'm going to come back in and pat down the different areas, dragging the caulk into the middle to create the outer rim thicker and the inner part of the flower thinner. Play around with it. This is so much fun creating these flowers. There are so many different flowers out there you can create with this project. And then for the buds, I'm just simply making dots and then coming back in and smoothing them as well with some water. Now I'm at the point where I'm going to make salvia or lavender, whichever one you want to call this. They kind of have the same shape. I'm going to just basically put a dot and drag, put a dot and drag. And as I'm dragging, I'm making it get smaller and smaller towards the very tip of it. And the drags also get longer. So you want to make sure you're stretching it out as you're coming up towards the tip of that flower. This makes the coolest texture, and all we're doing are making dots and dragging the caulk. Isn't this just so crazy? When you see the light hit it in different directions, it looks like real flowers. Now I'm moving on to the leaves. This is the 3rd tube of caulk. I ended up cutting this one at an angle for the tip. This is going to allow me to be able to create more of that leaf pattern. But again, using the straight, smaller hole of the tip works as well. Now, whenever I had a spot that went out too far I didn't like, I'm just going to use the back of my nail and scratch along the board and mimic the caulk wherever I want it to go. That's going to allow you to be able to clean it up and make it still look nice and beautiful the way you want it to. Now you're going to notice that on my vase or vessel, whatever you want to call it, I did not end up putting a rim on the pot yet, and that's because I wanted to make sure I allowed a flower to be in front of it so that it had that layered look, and then I'm going to come in on the sides and create that rim. Now make sure you don't make everything too thick in here. I didn't want it to be standing up so high, so I'm taking out some that is too thick in certain areas. I want to get the shape and the thickness right, so just play with this part until you get it to the way you personally like it to look, and then don't be afraid to edit, meaning take away caulk if it's too much. Now we're going to go ahead and create the center of our flowers, which is a simple dot. And I'm going to just, again, come back in with my water, manipulate it so that it's looking the right shape, size, texture. And once it has dried, friends, this is the most important, crucial thing. Make sure it is completely dry, because you're going to come back in with a large paintbrush and you're going to paint the whole thing white. You could honestly paint it whatever color you want. You could do black too and come back in with a dry brushing white technique. Oh, that could be so beautiful too. So once it's all completely dry and you've gone over it with the white paint or whatever color you choose, go ahead and make sure you use a heat gun. Keep it moving around, dry it the way you need it to so it's completely dry. And now we're going to come in with a dry brush technique. This part is so exciting because all of your work starts to rise and look just like our inspiration. I had a blast making this project. I have so many more things I'm going to be making on my channel using these techniques, but I hope you give this one a try. So this is what mine is looking like around this point. Now let's look at our inspiration. Again, remember this was $58 and we made ours for $7. I really hope that you give this a try. It is messy, I will not lie, but it is so therapeutic getting our hands in something that we get to make our own version of. If you make it, don't forget to pop over to Instagram and share over there in a comment, private message to me so I can see how you did on this technique. And don't forget, there are so many other episodes in this new series that I have started for 2023. I'm going to be doing this all throughout the whole year, where I'm going to be doing different seasons and holidays, quick, fun, fast videos where there's one project featured with a new technique, some type of a fun new product, or overall just something cute that we can make quickly in our craft rooms. I'm gonna link a couple of videos here at the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Thanks so much for watching, and until the next episode, bye friends.